So we're looking at pages 63 and 64. What are we looking at? Well, we're looking at the Unit 1 Mixed Review Assessment Readiness. Why? Well, in my brain, having you guys do this becomes review for the unit test. Easy way to get 100, figured into your average, and give yourselves a good opportunity to do well on that test. But if you don't do it, you don't get the practice. If you don't get the practice, the likelihood of you doing well on that unit test goes down, and we're off to a not so great start for quarter 2. So, again, those are choices you make. And every choice has a consequence. So, can I erase this? Can I erase it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I don't want to see that ever again. Come on, guys, we know better.
Well, yeah, but this is easy. Doing it. Eso es otra cosa. So, the homework started with problem number 4. Why 4? Well, because we didn't directly cover the content that would have allowed you to answer questions 1 through 3. Hence, we begin with 4. Now, once again, I will shout the answer if you got it. If everybody got it, great. If somebody missed it, please let me know and we'll go over it. You will see these kinds of problems again on the unit test. I guarantee you. So number 4, the answer is C, as in cat. Any questions? Number 5, the answer is D, as in dog. That's my little northern accent creeping in there. That was number 5. Yes? No?
Yes.
Number 6. A,
Can I say the next one?
as in apple. Yes, I can. So number 6.
Fine.
We have, so question 6, we have radical 50, and we have 5 pi over 2. Now, before I cut you loose for the weekend, I told you what the approximate value of pi, yes? Yes, okay. So, what we are looking for is the number that is between this one and this one. Okay? The number that is between this one and this one. So, let's start with this one. Now, radical 50, whatever value it has, will be between the value of radical 49 and the value of radical 64. Which is to say, whatever value this has, Rafael, let's put those iPads away. Gentlemen. Thank you. Everybody, let's put the iPads.
I'm checking them.
Please keep your iPads in check, huh? I don't. Chu, let me be fair. Chu, I'm working something on the board, but I come back and I see your eyes on his desk. Why? Because I'm working the problem here. So, do you have a good reason to be staring at his desk?
No.
So whatever value this has, this value will be somewhere in between the values of this and this. This is 7. This is 8. Hence, the value of this is somewhere between 7 and 8. Yes?
Yes.
Now, So, I will draw myself a number line to try to keep track of what I'm doing. Why? Well, because when I come here, I realize that 5 times pi is 15.7 over 2, which is equal to 7.85. Now, give me a second here. What is... Give me a moment. My own notes are not making sense to me. Just give me a quick moment here to catch up with myself. Okay. Okay, things are becoming clear again. Okay, let's see if I can. Okay. So, whatever value this has, it has to be between 7 and 8. I draw 7 and 8 on a number line because whatever value this is will be between these two numbers. The value of this is 7.85. On this number line, 7.85 is, let's say, right about there.
I have a question.
Excuse me, please. I'm not quite done, but I'll get to your question in a moment. When I look at at answer option A for number 6, what is it? 22 over 3? Yes?
Yes.
When I do that division, I get 7.3 repeating. Yes?
Yes.
7.3 repeating is between 7 and 7.85. So that's why A is the answer. In short, the strategy for this problem was establish the parameters, establish the numerical boundaries, or in this case, establish the numerical boundaries between which one of the answer options will be. And that answer option is A. Why? Because 22 divided by 3 equals that, and this is somewhere between this and this. No other answer choice will meet that condition. Okay, so was there a question about that or something else? Rafael?
How did you like multiply 5 times 5? That's the
Pi is approximately 3.14 times 5.
Oh.
We're multiplying decimals. That was last year, at least. 20, 5, 6, 7.
So
15.70, or since the 0 is no value, I can just leave that out.
So pi is always 3.14?
Yes, that's what I said on Friday.
Okay.
That's an approximation. Pi has many decimal places that we can't bother with for our purposes anyway.
And so then how'd you get 7.85?
This times pi is 15.7 divided by 2 equals 7.85.
Oh.
That's how.
Oh, okay, I see.
Any other questions about number 6? Thanks for asking questions. That's awesome. Any other questions about number 6?
Extra point? Extra point?
No, there's no extra points. There's just sharpening our brains. Any other questions? Comments? Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Number 7. The answer is C.
School.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, it's similar to this one. Number 7 is similar to this one. C. So, we are told, we are given by looking at the number line. See, so one of the key, right at the beginning, for question number 7, we need to be able to recognize that the number we are looking at is between 7.7 and 7.8. And to be a little bit more precise, we should also be able to tell 8th grade that it is closer to 7.7. So we have clues here. Now, so what do I do? So once I recognize this, Ron, in 8th grade, once I recognize this, then my next step is just to go down the answer options to see whether the answer option for A will land me between 7.7 to 7.8 and a little closer to 7.7. Pi plus 4 is the same thing as saying 3.14 plus 4. Now notice that Dr. Fontaine lines up the ones with the ones. 3 plus 4? 7.14. Is 7.14 between these 2 points? No. A cannot be an answer option. B.
Yes, yes.
152 divided by 20. That's 7.6.
No.
Is 7.6 between this and that?
Yes.
Nope.
Oh.
On what planet?
Sorry.
C. Radical 14 plus 4. The value of radical 14 has got to be between radical 9 and radical 16, which is to say between 3 and 4. Now, whatever this is between this and this. So, now let me see. To save a little bit of time, so if I assign x, a value of 3.5, I get 12.25. If I assign x a value of 3.6, I get a value of 12.96. If I assign x a value of 3.7, I get a value of 13.69. And if I assign x a value of 3.8, I get an x squared value of 14.44. Hence, whatever the value of radical 14 is, it's between 3.7 and 3.8. What's between 3.7 and 3.8? 3.75. How can I use this? Well, 3.75 is the approximate value of this. Hence, 3.75 plus 4 in the ones place. 3 plus 4, 7. Is 7.75 between 7.7 and 7.8? Yes, that's why C is the answer. And once you find an answer option that must be true, all the others must be false. That's number 7. Questions? A lot of review here. We haven't seen this in a while. That's why it's review. Okay? Take your pictures. By now, 8th grade, we're in the second quarter. I hope I don't have to say, hey, take notes. Guys, take pictures. You should already be doing that.
You can move your hair a little bit. A little bit again. Face it.
Yes?
That's
Number 8. I'll leave that up there until it's time to erase it. Number 8. The answer is D as in dog. Questions. 9. The answer is C as in cat. 10. The answer is A as in apple. 11. Yeah.
I don't understand the. I'm still not understanding why there's the negative sign in the exponent.
Give me a problem number, please. Thank you. A quarter weighs about 0.025 pounds. What is this weight written in scientific notation? This is standard notation. In other words, this is the actual value.
Oh, yeah.
And Ron, whenever your actual value is less than 1, your scientific notation will have 2 factors. One, the first one meeting the condition that A is greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. And the second one, 10 raised to a negative power. So, in short, when the actual value is less than 1, the power of 10 will be negative.
Oh,
11. D as in dog. 12. B as in boy. Questions there? No? Okay. 13. D as in dog. Okay. 14. C as in cat. 15. D as in dog. 16. D as in dog. 17. B, as in boy. And 18. Part A. What is the width in meters written in standard notation? 0.000, that's 3 zeros after the decimal, 42 meters.
Wait, so it's gonna, wait, no, never mind.
Okay, cool.
Wait, no, look. After the first zero, there's a decimal, and there's 4.
0.3042.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Part B. Do Justin's and Amanda's measurements agree? Yes, they do.
Why?
Good question. Because if I take 0.00042 meters and multiply by the proportion of millimeters to meters and cross cancel the meters, my answer has to be in millimeters. And what happens when I multiply this times this? I get 0.42, which is sorry, not 0.2. Yeah, 0.42. I meant to say that. And 0.42 millimeters, 8th grade, is Justin's original measurement. So Chu, you asked why? This is why. That's why the measurements are equivalent.
Yep.
Finally, part C. Since the thickness of a fingernail is a very small measurement, it's appropriate, therefore, 8th grade, to use millimeters, which is to say thousandths of meters. Very small measurements for very small things. Any questions? That's the assessment readiness. Unit 1 test prep. How are we doing on time?
It is
Almost done. 10:53.
Okay, so we are done in
5 minutes.
technically 5-6 minutes. Okay, before we end today's class, I want to say a couple of things and then I'll cut you loose. Mariana, you have something for me, but have a seat, please. I'm not quite ready for that. You can stand if you need to stretch. I'm flexible. Okay, and that's it at home. Okay.